generally, as you know, there's an external investigation typically completed by an outside agency. There's also an internal investigation that goes on at the same time that is conducted by the Office of Professional Standards here at the Missoula Police Department. Both of those investigations are eventually completed and reviewed by the Chief of Police, who then meets with the County Attorney's Office to discuss any findings. And in the case of a death, there is a coroner's inquest also, and those findings are reviewed. At that point, then a determination is made in regard to the officer's fitness to return to duty and schedule for that to occur.
Now, in this case, the officer was not injured, so there's no delay with that. But basically, we have to wait for several investigations to be completed, and at that point, the officer can be returned to duty. Is that correct?
That's correct. And also, one other thing that I didn't mention is that per our policy, officers directly involved in such an incident are required to meet with a designated psychologist and to assess the possibility of post-traumatic stress from the incident, and also to provide counseling and guidance. Once that's completed and all the investigations are completed and the reviews are completed by the Chief of Police and the County Attorney's Office, depending on those findings, a determination is made at that time for the officer to return to work.
Now, the officer, I understand, is on paid leave until that happens?
That's correct.
Okay. Is he allowed to do any work at all for the department as long as it's not on the street, or is it basically just you got to stay home until this is all taken care of?
During the investigations, he is on administrative leave, he or she, as it were. At the point where it's determined that an officer may return to full-time or full duty, there's a discussion with that officer to determine what the best course of action is going to be, whether that officer returns directly to his position that he held before or takes another temporary duty assignment until he feels or she feels that they're ready to go back out on the road. Yes, after all the investigations are done, after the chief has made the reviews, there have been recommendations, or the coroner's inquest has occurred. Internally, the Missoula Police Department also holds a deadly force review board, which is made up of officers from the department who review these incidences and to consider and make recommendations to the chief of police, which may reduce the possibility for the need to use deadly force in situations such as these or any in the